Welcome to Guns Gear Network, everyone. Appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm going to do another little part 2 of the Gerber Strongarm additions I made, and there's a couple things I want to show you real quick to make it a little more user friendly. And there's one thing I'm going to actually do a review on here while I'm doing this. I have since made, I had some Kydex, and I made this piece here that will actually hold a fire steel. It's a little more versatile, gives you a little more room inside the pouch that I showed you in the part 1 video. And so I kind of like this real simple. If you guys have not messed with Kydex, this right here is a simple project you can do. Because of the design of this sheath, it already has holes in it, so you basically just make the piece, drill the holes, and put it in. I have this here, it's a little lanyard, and what happens is I can take it underneath that, and now it locks it in place so it won't come out. So I like that. But what I want to show you, I had mentioned in my other video about being able to keep like a sharpening stone or something like that, maybe a multi-tool. You know, I usually keep a multi-tool with me, so I don't really need it on my knife. I'd rather have a way to sharpen the knife. You need to keep your knife nice and sharp in the field. And so one thing I found was this here, and there's a few different versions of these on eBay and Amazon. And in the description below, I'll give you a link to the one I bought. This right here I think was like $10 or $12, including shipping. And it is a diamond sharpening stone that is foldable. So I've had diamond sharpening stones before, and the problem is a lot of times they're small, and they're fairly dangerous when you're trying to sharpen, because there's not a lot of room for error when you're manipulating the knife trying to sharpen it. So I saw this and thought this was neat, and I've since used it quite a bit, and I really like it. It folds like this, kind of like the old butterfly knives. If you remember the Mall Ninja butterfly knives we all probably played with as a kid. And this is stainless steel with diamond impregnated in it. One side is 600 grit, the other side is 400, just a little bit more coarse. But this is about right. If you have a fairly sharp knife to begin with and you just need to hone it. But what I like about this, it gives you plenty of room to be able to make nice even strokes. And then, you know, you can do it on this back side here. It just depends on how you want to do it. You could actually, if you wanted, I'll show you this, if you wanted, you could lay it on the table and do it this style. But this handle, because it folds, is nice and long, gives you a really good way to have purchase on it, and then be able to make the necessary strokes to sharpen the knife and any other tools you might have. So I really like this. So far, I mean, it's not, I don't want to say it's not the best quality, but, you know, you couldn't, it's just plastic. This right here is fairly thick plastic. This portion here, it's kind of a solid piece, if you will. If you're careful with it, I don't see that it would cause any problems as far as damage. I do like that it folds up neatly out of the way. And if you saw the other first video, you'll know that I had this little pouch that I put on my Gerber Strongarm, and it fits in there perfect. And then I have of course, the fire steel off to the side now with this little Kydex piece that I made, and I really like this setup. But guys, this is probably going to be my EDC when I'm out and about, and utilizing like for camping and stuff like that. Keep it in my bug out bag. This right here is probably the one I'm going to keep as my main choice now, since I've kind of got it all set up. I kind of go back and forth to different knives if somebody comes out with something a little different that I might like. But overall, as far as the practicality and versatility of this knife, I like it. You know, if you watch my other videos, you know, I'd mentioned kind of the one knife wonder that kind of does it all. Well, this one does about everything. It just doesn't really do maybe one thing great. It doesn't do all things great, but it does a few things great. It's more of a tactical survival style knife, but instead of a bushcraft knife. But you know, I've definitely got the bushcraft skills. I just try being prepared, so I don't have to use a lot of bushcraft techniques in the woods. If I had to, I mean, I can, but I'm usually more prepared than that, to not need a lot of, not having to carve up some spoons to eat with or something. So you know, we're trying to make shelter. I mean, I usually have stuff with me, but anyway, I think overall it's probably one of the better knives as far as versatility, weight, especially if you can kind of configure it how you that would kind of work for you. And this one definitely works for me as far as the add-ons. I think that this right here is one of the better setups that I've seen as far as the knife, the sheath, the add-ons and stuff. I just really like this. And if some people didn't watch my other video, if you're wondering what this is a leg strap that I use more. I carry it more of a diving style knife because I just like getting it down out of my way, away from my belt and any other gear I might have, especially on a tactical application. I like getting the knife, it's kind of like a drop leg holster. It just gets the gun away, the pistol away from your other gear, away from your plate carry, anything. And this right here is the same thing. It just gets it down out of my way. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. If you have any questions, post those below. If you have any comments, make sure you make those below. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. We'll bring you another video shortly. Have a great day, guys.